and doing covers,
Sublime
covers in a weird way that didn't really sound very good. And that's how the comedy started.
Well, people were playing darts in front of him.
Correct. Like directly in front of him. Like
imagine you're watching us, right? And there's a dart game going on right here. What the fuck? Why did no one address that?
Yeah. Live.
All right, everybody. Excuse me. All right, everybody. Here we go. It is episode number 9 of Your Worst Friends. Once again, I am still CJ Couch, and he is still Joshua Smith.
Did you just burp in the middle of the intro?
I'm sorry. I'm your worst friend.
You're like the worst person ever.
Pretty bad intro, and it might get worse because I broke my ribs. I don't know for sure if they're broken, right?
Right. You might just be a pussy.
Yeah, I might just be a pussy, dude. You know, like, that's probably what it is. But last night, we did comedy.
We did. For comedians.
It's a circle of...
Shout out to everybody that was at Brews last night, which was nobody.
Right. Great crowd.
Especially the people that were playing darts.
Let's talk about... Yeah. Dude, so first of all, I showed up after you. I can't imagine how you felt when you showed up because no one was there.
Literally no one was there. We pulled up and I was like, okay, there's just some fat guy here.
Dude, first of all, did you find it easily?
Yeah, fairly easily.
We're not gonna. Did we say where yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I just had trouble finding it.
Okay.
And so did Sian, and we were completely sober. Like, I went there and I was like, I'm not getting fucked up, and I ended up, getting very wasted.
Sure.
After comedy. But, I fucking couldn't find it. Like, we had to park. We parked very far away.
Really?
Yeah.
I parked obviously right up front because the parking was wide open because nobody was there.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that.
I want to clarify too. The guy was nowhere near as fat as I thought he was when I pulled up. When I pulled up, he looked like enormously obese, and he stood up and he was just normal.
Oh yeah, he was just a cool dude.
Yeah. But like, for some reason, when I pulled up, he looked like really obese. I was like, great. There's just one really, really fat guy here. I know how you are around like really fat people.
It might be his neck, upper area is just big as fuck.
Sure.
One of those.
I don't know. Angles have a lot to do with it too,
Big on angles. But anyway, so.
But he was not fat, so.
No, yeah, you're not fat.
He was cool. He was a cool guy.
You're definitely listening right now and you're not fat, buddy. So he was cool, but I had no intentions of being drunk. So I went there. I was like, I'm going to have a Coke. We're sitting there.
You did. You started out with the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was drinking beer.
Right. Last night was a fucking anomaly. I see him drinking a beer, and I actually said to the bartender, like, you got him to drink a beer? Like, was it, did he offer something cool?
No.
Did you have it in your head?
No, I just, I don't know. I walked in, I saw this insane beer menu, and I felt really bad for the guy because literally no one was there, and the guy probably hadn't sold a drink all day.
All day.
And...
Dude.
I felt compelled to order a beer. And you know what? It was a delicious beer. He recommended it. I told him, I don't drink beer at all, but when I do, I'm a Yingling guy. And
me too.
He gave me something. I forget what the hell it was. But it was delicious. I drank 2 of them.
You had 2?
I had 2.
So what'd you feel like? Normie?
Yeah, I felt totally fine. You know what, though? My sinuses, they were a little swole, but not bad.
Dude, you just sneezed. It's because you drank last night.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weird. But to make this even weirder, there was people who just showed up, and I'm like, cool. So people did start showing up.
That is true.
And they all left.
Yeah. As soon as there was the first guy who hosted the open mic.
Okay. God bless you. Thank you for doing this, but We got to figure a new way to start because that just made things.
I'm just
so
gonna say
weird.
this right now.
I'm being honest.
I forget what his name was, and I apologize for that. He was a very nice guy. As y'all know, like I'm a co-owner of a record label, and
Boom.
I just want to say we were not interested.
It was.
It was. It was.
Let's
it
not
was
talk about
interesting.
it.
Yeah.
It was the worst possible way to start a show. It's this
Right.
dude on stage doing weird shit, pretty much doing a weird
Violin,
playing a
fiddle.
violin, a fiddle, if you will, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, as a guitar.
It was like just hitting pizzicato notes in weird not keys and doing covers, like Sublime covers in a weird way that didn't really sound very good. And that's how the comedy started.
Well, people were playing darts in front of him.
Correct, like directly in front of him. Like
Imagine you're watching us, right? And there's a dart game going on right
here.
Here. What the fuck? Why did no one address that?
Yeah, I thought that
love
was
you,
insane.
Dean. I should have just went first so I could have told him. I would have done it.
Sure.
I would have said, "You're not fucking playing darts right now."
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And
Did they do that during Dean's set?
yes, it started like that.
I thought they left before Dean's set. No,
Dean, do you know?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure because I remember thinking like whoever opens this, if they don't
they
address
left
it,
because I remember we all moved forward, didn't we? Yes, I told everybody to move forward because I felt bad for Dean.
I just feel
And
very strongly in that I'm correct about this, and they were at the very least at the very beginning.
Because what happened was everybody left.
So let's get back to that.
Everybody fucking left.
There was some sense of, oh wow, there's 7 people we don't know. Great, finally
Yeah.
7 possible feelers,
Sure,
and these motherfuckers.
all left.
And I'm not trying to be mean, but I think the music, if it started with comedy, I don't see them leaving. Especially with Dean going first.
Sure,
Because he's funny as fuck.
and he was funny as fuck last night. Shout out to Dean.
That's
but
so much fun last night.
yeah,
They left.
everybody left.
So now we go from thinking like, okay, this is going to be cool. Like we have some people we don't know. To, once again, I'm doing this fucking shit in front of only people that have seen it.
Yep.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
And it was pretty defeating, but I did terrible.
You did.
I did terrible. I was like, fuck this. I quit in the middle of it and then smoked a cig. I drank a glass of wine and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to have another glass of wine. And I pounded a glass of wine. I've never drank wine like that in my life.
Okay.
So I got buzzed and I said, for as much as you bomb, you shouldn't care so much. Let it go right now. Have a good night. So I started to just
There you go.
accept it,
Sure.
And I was like, all right. And proceeded to get absolutely fucking hammered, dude.
Why do you think you bombed last night?
Okay. The dialogue, including in this very moment, in my head that's going on between myself and like your conscious, I guess, even though it's the same thing, is very negative. Like, I hate what I'm saying right now, to be honest with you. And I can feel myself thinking about it and hating it. And do you see I'm just drifting off?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about, I don't even know, but it's not like I ever like what I'm doing.
Sure.
It's very rare for me to be in a moment thinking that I'm crushing it in any way, not just on stage, like right this second, all the time. Or the total opposite, baby. Total opposite.
What do you think gives you the confidence?
Chemical imbalance.
Yeah. So do you think that's what causes the swing?
For 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to correct it with like prescription drugs like Wellbutrin and
Yeah,
lithium and
Okay. Let's really talk about this for real. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've went and I don't have health insurance, but you can still see people and get prescriptions and shit for free. Thank you, taxpayer. And so it was really weird. Like, I'm not making this up. It was a 12 maybe 13-minute introduction with a psychiatrist. And I got prescribed Lexapro.
What is Lexapro?
It's I guess an antidepressant.
Okay.
So I'm like, I knew that I knew I was depressed, but I also knew that every now and then I will be so fucking not depressed.
Right.
But not for long. Like, that's what is weird to me about even, I don't know what it is, because it seems like I'm not in that for long enough to say exactly what it is. I don't know. But the Lexapro is for just depression. And I don't know if I took it and maybe it's because it mixed with that upstate, but it was so bad. Like, clearly, that was not what was going on with me. Or I just had a really bad reaction to Lexapro. I'm talking like, I truly did not know why. Think about how crazy it is to not know why you're crying. Like, uncontrollably at work I have no idea why.
Just bawling like a bitch.
Yeah, dude. And like, I'm looking at my dad. My dad's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't." And it was this weird thing. So
I used to cry at work a lot.
Are you serious?
So funny.
What the fuck?
This is a funny story, actually. So at one point, I used to work at the Papa John's in Ponte Vedra, and directly next door was Stellar Art Gallery, which was like an art gallery that
Big money.
was employed by nothing but hot, smoking hot dime pieces.
The hoes that sell high end shit are always just fucking
Ridiculous.
9 and ups.
Yeah, and but it was funny. We had to cut. We always cut the onions and green peppers every day there, and so you had to slice up the onions. And when you slice up like a lot of onions to get you through like a Friday night rush, you're gonna cry. Like, you can't fucking help it. It's way too many fucking onions. And every single time those girls would come into the store, I would always be doing onions. And so I'd have to go up to the register and ring them out, like fucking bawling like a little baby bitch.
Dude, they probably like that emotional shit.
They probably thought I was like the world's softest man ever.
You know, I think that you should have played into it.
I'll be honest with you, I was mad intimidated by them bitches.
Who isn't?
I was like 17, 18 at the time, and they were like 26, and they would throw these wild ass like parties over there. Like, I remember one time, like, I saw them have their party the night before. I came back to work the next day, and there's like fucking panties and shit outside their store and shit.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like,
That's some high class shit, dude.
right. That's
For
what I'm
real.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
legit. Like,
Yeah. Wow, dude. That's fucking. See, when you're 17 and there's a 26-year-old, it's insane. Like, that is a grown person. They're intimidating as fuck.
Correct.
Dude, so I used to go to Ale
these are
House.
like put together women.
Oh.
You know, like the commission checks they make off selling these art is
They could
ridiculous.
be upwards of 30 grand.
Right.
It's insane.
Like, it's stupid.
So I used to go to Ale House all the time. This is like 15, 14. So I like would walk up there with my friend every fucking day. So I got to know like the hostess. We'd have the same waitress all the time. And these girls were like 20. I'm sure they were above 21, but I don't think the hostess was. It doesn't matter. They were roommates. So me and my friend became like their little brothers. And then we got old enough, we started hanging out with them. And I'm not going to lie and say we had never fucked them. Like, I was too scared. Because in my head, it's like this girl who's only 4 years older than me, maybe the other one's 6 years older than me, was such a scary thing. Like, I don't know. Why is that? Like, why are we afraid?
It just, like I said, like these women, like, I knew for a fact these women were sucking like millionaires' dicks to get them to buy fucking art.
Whoa.
That's like when you're a 17-year-old kid and you know that about somebody, that's intimidating. You know what I'm
That'll
saying?
really make you want $1 million. You're like, fuck yeah, dude. You're like, I'm gonna get $1 million. And that bitch gonna suck my dick.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. I was a fucking stud when I was 17. I could definitely pull some tail.
When do you think you're your hottest in life? 17? Is it 30?
Well, I mean, it's different for everyone. For me, I was probably like, I don't know, man. I was stud when I was a teenager, but I was also pretty fucking studly until I started gaining the weight like 27, but I started balding at like 22, so like 21. So just kind of.
Was it scary?
Not really.
I don't see you caring about it clearly.
Yeah. Like,
does it bother you?
Here's the thing. Like, in today's day and age, like, every woman has severe daddy issues. And
Boom.
so, fat and bald's in.
It is.
Like, I'm happy with the woman that I'm with, and I'm not interested in anything else. But let's just say, if I wanted it, it wouldn't be hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Like...
All right, I'm not saying this is the case for you, but everybody that I know who has been with someone for a long time, whether it's through marriage and they get a divorce or whatever, once they get that opportunity where like, now I'm going to go out, they think it's going to be so easy. And now what do you mean by it's so easy? Because fucking the girl that you want to fuck that night or fucking a girl? Because I'm saying in my life, like I've given up on that thing of like I'm gonna go out and find a random girl because like statistically very low.
Sure.
Percentages are terrible.
That's an interesting point.
And like I crush puss. Like I used to do it.
I hate that word.
That's why I say
I
love vulgar dumb words like that.
Like that's like my least favorite word to describe.
I don't think I've ever
vagina.
said I crush puss and really meant any word in that sentence. You know? Like I'm always in like full douchebag mode. If I say that, we're going like it's a character at that point, you know? Do you have characters you do in your own life?
Kind of. You know, I don't believe in horoscopes.
No.
And, or any of that shit. But, you know, everybody says, like, Geminis have multiple personalities or whatever. And I'll say this. I've always been able to adapt well.
Okay.
So, the conversation I have with you might be different than the conversation I have with somebody that I'm just making rap music with. And
of course.
They have a different background. Or it may be a different conversation if I'm selling you something. Maybe a different... You get a different version of me based on these things. You know what I mean?
This is like every person, though.
Fair. I'm just really good at it.
Right. That's good at manipulation. Low-level sociopath, you know? You read it, you see it, you don't feel it, but you can...
I feel it.
Low level.
Correct. I would fail miserably as like a full-on sociopath. I couldn't do it now. I feel...
For sure.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. What do you feel? Do you feel bad for them or bad for yourself for doing it?
So it's very interesting when you say this.
Yeah.
All right. So, in fact, after this, I'll play a song for you. But I don't believe altruism exists.
Truly, no. I mean, it's definitely... It's that your ego and wanting to feed it will make you be the most altruistic person.
I think that there's a lot of truth in when you do good things for people, it makes you feel good. And when you do bad things to people, it makes you feel bad. And so you do good things for people because it makes you feel good, not because it's good for them, but because it makes you feel good.
Right.
And that's okay.
Okay, how about this? Did you hear about the billionaire dude who has finally ran out of money giving it away to charities and stuff?
No.
Okay. This I don't know who it is.
Shout out to that guy, though.
Yeah, he's old as fuck now, and he's like, he had so much money that it was hard for him to run out of it. Like, truly.
Sure.
So he...
$1 billion is an insane amount of money.
Yeah, and he had
people
like
don't realize,
something.
Yeah, people don't realize that having a multiple billion is just unnecessary money.
Yeah, you're set.
You know what I mean? Like,
You're fucking set, dude.
it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's scary. That exists, and also like I have $3,000, that's it, to my name. And there's somebody who has 3 million times that. A lot of people.
Not a lot.
There's like this guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. There's so many billionaires we don't know about, dude.
Sure, but
And this guy's like public.
There's not that many because there's just
How
not
many
that
do you think there are?
Well, you got to understand that it's less than 1% of the people.
Okay, but less than 1% of 6 billion people could
Still
be
a lot.
like 1 million billionaires is probably what it is.
1 million too many. I agree.
You don't think anyone should be a billionaire?
Absolutely not.
All right, I love this because I'm with you. Not I'm with you, but I think I might be. Where do you draw the ceiling on capping
$100
money?
million.
Whoa, that's not enough. I have a business, dude. I'm Apple. I spend $100 million like it's fucking going out of style.
Personal net worth.
Dude, did you listen to my old podcast?
No.
This is why we're co-hosting together, dude.
Yeah. Personal value. Company value is a little bit different. But no one person needs more than $100 million. That's generational wealth.
100 million's solid.
100 million is a 100% generational wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could have a large family and everybody be okay.
Joe Rogan has $100 million.
He's good.
He's good, but I'm saying, I thought you were saying you could only inherit something like that.
I don't think you should have more than $100 million. And
I think a higher number than that, but go ahead.
well, here's the other thing too, right? Like, all right, take Walmart for example, right? How much money is the Waldorf family worth? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have no idea. Probably some fucking bullshit.
it's insane. Like, they're multi-billionaires,
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
Okay, but they employ the most people out of any company that receive government benefits like welfare and food stamps and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yet these dudes have all this money. If they paid their fucking people, their people wouldn't need the taxpayer money.
I agree with you. And since you can't make them do that, that's why you put the ceiling on it. You take all that money and just disperse it amongst everyone evenly, including the person who makes $100 million. If you make $1 billion personally and you only get 100, right? 100
Right.
million, that all that money that gets divvied up and then we all get it, so does that person in my plan. Everybody gets it. So that how can you argue against it? This is how you pass bills, baby.
I just think that once you hit 100 million, you should retire. You're not allowed to earn money anymore.
I mean, dude, I could hit $100 million in the next 3 years.
Cool. Enjoy it.
But like, what if
Let somebody else get in there. 'Cause
People
here's
love
what
working, though.
Here's what happens. You get more than $100 million, you start cornering markets on things.
Okay, what if you made $100 million in 4 years doing music, doing exactly what you're doing now?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't do it anymore? You wouldn't release it?
I wouldn't make money from it anymore.
Then with that money, where does it go? Because I need to hear your plan, basically, for what you're going to do with all the extra money.
Oh, you can fucking donate it. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying about a plan. Like,
I
I've
get what
really-
you're- I
I've
get what
thought
you're saying,
super
but you're,
in-depth about this
you're talking about on a business level, right?
No.
What about on a personal level?
on a
though?
personal level.
Right. So, like, where does my money have to go?
But if you have...
Why should I be earning more than $100 million?
Okay, I agree. So you shouldn't. I don't agree with you, but I'll go with you.
Okay.
You shouldn't, right? But if you're gonna keep working, the money that you would be generating, where would that go? If you're not getting it,
Sure.
my thing is it goes to the government and it gets dispersed. Now, when I say the government, this is not the government that we have in any way, not for the past our entire lifetimes in the history of this country's government. Pizza Man here?
I'm just texting Crystal. Sorry.
It's fine. But basically, if we're going to take all this money that's above $100 million, clearly we're going to take it and what do you want to do with it? You want to give it to the other people, right?
Yeah, sure.
Me too. So once everybody gets that money, the only way to keep that going is for people to keep working. It's not like people just make $100 million and they're good. What about all those poor ass people? They're not going to work their way up to $100 million. You're going to run out of people making $100 million. If everyone retires,
Sure.
so like, what do you mean? Sure. Like, you say that like there's like, that makes no sense. Like what you're talking about cannot last forever.
Nothing
This is like a 10-year plan.
Nothing can last forever. I just think that like it's fucking insane for somebody to need more than $100 million.
I sort of agree with you.
$1 billion is nuts.
I cap it at $1 billion.
And I get that.
There's so much money out here, dude. There's trillions of dollars. I cap it at $1 billion. But you take all that
so
money.
Unnecessary, though.
Sure.
Like, how different is your life between 100 million and $1 billion?
But what if
It is different, actually.
What if I want to make $1 billion so I can go out, buy a huge piece of property, spend like $500 million on this crazy thing where people could come live as a utopia, my version of it, because this is freedom, baby. I build this utopia out there, and now I have $500 million to sit on and fund this for as long as it can go for.
All right, how about this?
That's why $100 million isn't enough.
You're not allowed to have...
Trying to start a cult.
You're not allowed to have more than $100 million in the bank.
Okay.
If you keep earning money, you have to immediately spend it. That way the money circulates the economy.
People are going to open up multiple bank accounts. You have to start spending it. I get it. But there has to be this thing where...
You can't have a personal net worth of more than $100 million. Which, yes, I get it. People try to move money around and shit.
That's never going to stop. They're always going to do that. They're doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so silly. I don't know. I give up. Fuck this world.
So yeah,
Blow it up.
my ribs are broken. We finished the comedy show.
Yeah.
There's people playing darts. Apparently they stopped before Dean. I'm gonna ask him tonight.
Yeah.
We'll settle that, and we'll get back to you for episode 10. But then you left. You missed out.
I feel like I probably did. I had 2 beers, and I was feeling okay. I wasn't buzzed or anything like that, but my sinuses weren't really bothering me or anything. But I knew that if I went out with you guys, I was going to drink hard. And I haven't done that in a long time, and I didn't want to feel like shit. I knew I had to get up early this morning. I had to work in Georgia this morning, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I didn't want to... I don't want to be too hungover, because it's one thing to like go to work hungover or something like that. What I had to do today would have been really tough to do hungover, especially starting out with an hour-long drive.
Somehow I woke up, other than my ribs, feeling great.
Yeah, well, you're young. I'm jealous. So, how'd you break your ribs, pussy?
We'll get to it, but I got to tell you about this night. Because I don't think I necessarily told you. I sort of did. But me, Zach, Dean, and Sienna went to some bar. I don't know what it's called, but probably a gay bar.
Okay.
I'd say pretty confident that it was specifically a gay bar.
When I left, you guys were talking about going to a gay bar.
I thought they were joking.
Oh.
Because there's a place called A Bar. Mm-hmm. Right? So I thought they were calling it Gay Bar. Now, I would like to talk to them about this tonight as well, and we'll get back to you in episode 10 with the answer. Did they know and take me and Sienna to a gay bar, which is fine. It was so fun. But I was under the impression nobody knew.
Well,
we walked into a bar.
I heard them saying something about a gay bar when I left. So
You're correct.
They may have told you guys that it was a gay bar, and you just missed that part because you were already drinking?
Gay bar happened to me. He said, "You guys want to go to a bar?" And I said, "Yeah." So we start walking, and I said, "I'm going to buy everyone a shot," or something like that. I don't know what I said, but I brought up liquor, and they said, "Oh, this place only has beer." And I was like, "Okay, well, let's go to an actual bar." He's like, "Well, would you want to go to a gay bar?" And obviously, I said no. Sorry.
Why not?
What? Why would I? Why would it be? What's wrong with that?
Let me ask you that though. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with going to a gay bar?
I get hit on the whole time, and I don't like.
But if you're there with your girlfriend,
dude, I wore a cardigan last night.
I mean, you'd be putting off that gay energy.
I think it's hilarious.
I enjoy it.
I think it's like not that I'm doing it on purpose.
What's funny is
I'm not saying I do it on purpose.
You put off gay energy, but you're like secretly severely homophobic.
I wouldn't say I'm actually homophobic.
Like, you don't hate gay people.
No. I mean, like,
you think of them as lesser people.
No, like I had. You're a piece. You're a piece of. Now he's quoting me from off the podcast. Thought we weren't going to talk about this on air. No. But seriously, I thought they were asking it like in a joking way almost. Like, no, I don't want to go. Like, it was. I don't see what's wrong with. Okay, if somebody said, "Do you want to go to that bar over there?" and it looked like not gay, or like, there's sometimes you just don't want to do something. Like, I don't always want to go to a restaurant. This is a bad analogy, but I don't see what's wrong.
Would you go to a drag show?
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. It's not about the gay bar thing. I'm expecting just a couple of people. I'm not thinking this place is going to be packed.
Was the place packed?
It was so fun.
Okay.
Like, it's not like I realized it was a gay bar, because like I said, I didn't know it was.
So you wouldn't have gone if you had known it was a gay bar. You wouldn't have gone.
Not in actuality.
You would have missed out on the time of your life.
In all honesty, if they said, "Well, that's the only place that has liquor," I would have said, "Well, let's go."
Okay.
It has nothing. I don't see what is weird about me not wanting to do that. I'm down to do that. I went and had so much fun.
It's weird. It's just homophobic.
That is weird. Homophobia is weird.
It's just small dick energy.
I don't see how that makes sense either. You're on fire. Damn it, dude. Laughing is one of the worst right now for me.
Yeah.
And you keep fucking... He's like trying to hurt me.
I can't wait till you come to comedy tonight.
I know. We go there. It's karaoke night.
Karaoke.
First song that comes on, One by Metallica. Love it.
Love it.
Whole place, at least, so it's us.
Doctors and President.
Dude, yeah. So good. A lesbian couple next to us.
Were they hot?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say at all.
Was there like one hotter than the other by like a significant margin, or were they both? If you had to rate them both, where do they fall on the scale of 1 to 10?
4 and 5.
Okay, so
not to say that they were butchy or anything. They just weren't attractive girls.
Okay, you know? Fair enough. Yeah,
people aren't. Not everybody can.
Do you think that's why they became lesbians? Because no guys wanted to fuck them?
I mean, it probably has nothing to do with it, but yeah.
Interesting.
I think that now this is a bit, okay? Since I'm homophobic now and I'm all scared to get canceled. You know what I hate though? I'm joking about getting canceled. You're not going to get canceled. Like regular people.
Yeah, we don't get canceled.
Dude, nothing bothers me more than when someone's like, you can't say shit anymore. It's like, you can say whatever the fuck you want and there will be zero repercussions from it because you're a fucking nobody. I'm a nobody and I will say whatever the fuck I want and nothing will happen. I guarantee it.
There you go.
Nothing's going to happen.
Say it. Say it.
So here's the bit. And it's hacky. It's not even worth doing. But there are some girls that are instant lesbians that you can tell. I dated a girl who is now a lesbian, and I think there's a difference about when they're with guys first, when they are that hot girl. Because I feel like they're bisexual almost. Like, I don't think there's... But in a way, how about this one? A lesbian girl... Everybody says, and I don't agree with this. I think this is honestly stupid. But when people are like, if you're going to be a lesbian, why wouldn't you try to look like a girl? So with that logic, the girl that's super hot not being a lesbian truly doesn't really make sense. Maybe the super hot lesbians are the most lesbian.
Right. Because they're all about women and just being a woman and trying to look nice for the woman. And
this conversation's gotten terrible, dude.
So, funny story, though, actually. There was a girl that I went to, like, middle school with, and she was, like, Amazon butch. Like, she could fuck up most of the dudes.
Oh, yeah.
She was, like, way taller than all of them. She looked very mannish, and everybody thought for sure she's a lesbian. And nobody fucked with her, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, this school was like mostly white. There was like 4 black kids.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And yeah, like she never saw her with a dude, but she always said she wasn't. She would get like upset when people called her a lesbian and shit. And I recently saw her on social media, and she's a little more attractive now. Not much, you know, but a little bit. But she's not a lesbian. I was surprised. She just fucks black guys.
There's a fine line. I'm not even going to say anything else.
What do you think tips Tips in one way or the other.
All right. We've already gone down a hole of negativity and bad shit to talk about. I'm going to keep going.
Dig it deeper. Worse for you?
Does she have social media? Obviously, you found out. Okay. Black dudes are not as a whole, but there are more black dudes than white dudes, especially in super white areas, that are into the non-traditional version of what we would think a hot-ass white girl is.
Why is that?
Because, dude, maybe when the hot black girls that we think are hot, they don't think are as hot. Who knows? And maybe this is just a complete overgeneralization. But there's something to it.
There's some validity to this stereotype. You know what I mean? Like, I see good-looking black guys fuck ugly-ass white girls that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole, and I'm like, you could clearly do so much better. Why are you about this, like...
I don't have an answer for this one.
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't have an answer for it.
Why is that? That's crazy.
You know, if you have an answer to this question, leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
That'd be fantastic.
But social media comes out, right? This girl's been around all white dudes who are into Barbies or whatever.
100% too. This is like suburbia. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So
their moms are Barbies. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're all. Yeah.
MILFs. So
MILFs.
Fucking social media comes out, and now Miss Amazon's on social media, and black dudes are sliding in her DMs.
Sliding in the DMs.
So she went from this girl who's just not attractive and doesn't really have a sense of style to
now she's got low self-esteem and easy prey.
Dude, I gotta get back. I'll get back to this. What I was just about to say, but basically, the Amazon girl is now just getting dudes hitting on her, and for whatever reason, the look that you're describing. I have many black friends who have really been good at fucking those girls. They have a great rate. One of my friends, like, I'm not exaggerating, dude. Like, in college, almost 2 to 3 times a week, I hung out with him every day. He would fuck a disgusting white girl.
Do you think?
And he was a good-looking kid.
Do you think those are the same guys that would fuck another dude in prison?
I've never even thought about that. Neither of you until right this moment. Am I right?
100%, yeah.
Better not. But like,
yeah, I'd drop the soap. Watch me pick it up.
My answer is no, but the way this podcast is going, yeah, those are the dudes that fuck dudes in prison, you know? Also, as a white person, why is it that when you're going to get raped in prison, in your head it's a black guy? Racism?
I think that's like
Hollywood, dude.
Well, it's not just Hollywood though. It's like always been the thing, right?
Well,
like,
statistically, if you're in prison, if anything happens to you, it's probably gonna be by a black person.
That's what everybody says. You know, you're gonna get well because that's what everybody's biggest fear is, right? Like if I'm gonna get held down and fucked, I really don't want it to be a big black cock that fucks me. I want it to be the smallest dick in jail that gets me. You know what I mean? Like
I've said it before. Big wieners are scary, but for some reason, big black wieners.
Even more scary?
When I say scary in terms of, for whatever reason, if this is a dick, but it's this big, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a white one, a Puerto Rican one, and a black one. Maybe it's through brainwashing. Maybe it's inherent racism that I've suppressed, and I think I'm not racist. Black one's scarier.
What if, all right, let me ask you this. Let's say there's a 9-inch white cock or an 8-inch black cock. You're about to get fucked with one or the other. You get to pick, but it's going to happen. I mean, do you steer away from the black, even though the white one's bigger?
I think the white one's where I'm going because black people, for whatever reason, I also think are better at fucking. And I don't want to get fucked hard. Like, being good at fucking is not, I don't want to get the shit fucked out of me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I want. So I'm going to go with the white guy.
Interesting.
Even though it's 9, he might use it like a 6. That black guy's got an 8. That's a 12 on the Richter scale, dude.
Will you watch porn with a black dick in it?
No, dude. It's too, like...
I don't do it either. Like, I can't relate.
I also beyond that,
it doesn't look like me.
Now, do black guys only watch black dick porn?
I've asked, and yes.
Wow. Racist. Racist. We're all racist. I love how you asked one black guy before. So that means that's all black guys. They all do it.
You're 100% correct.
Dude, that's what we all do, though. It's like, no, I know a black person who does this, so they all do it.
Right.
But I didn't know. I'm not going to say how I found this out. But apparently black people only like sausage and pepperoni on their pizza.
These are facts. It's not that they only like sausage and pepperoni, but there are pizza orders by nationality for sure. Black people love pepperoni and sausage. They love meats pizza.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I have no idea the why behind it, but white people love mushrooms on pizza.
I love it.
I fucking hate it, but
Mushrooms, green onions, mushrooms, green peppers, and onions is a good pizza to me. I'll put meat on it. I don't care. But
white people love mushrooms. Indian people love vegetables. They really like jalapenos and black olives on their pizza.
Not a big black olive guy, but I will eat them.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them?
I'm not a big fan of jalapenos.
What about black olives? What about black olives?
I fucks with black olives.
Okay. I've recently gotten into jalapenos, like really recent.
I'll eat a lot. There's a lot of things I'll eat on a pizza. I worked at pizza for 10 years. I've tried things.
Yeah, I'm Mexican, and I just, for whatever reason, I was always offered jalapenos, and I must have had a really hot one at a young age, and I just was like, oh, they're so hot. And then I ate one recently, and I was like, whoa, these are fire. So
I got a friend that shout out to Fusion Food Truck, but the chef, they're family friends, and they'll come over for like holidays and shit like that to Pop's house, and sometimes she'll make these bacon wrapped stuffed jalapenos.
Ooh,
buddy,
dude,
fuego!
I'm so hungry right now too, thinking about that.
That's so hot.
Thinking about all these cultural differences in pizza.
It's interesting.
You just ordered a pizza.
I did. It's actually here.
Cool. I'm not saying we're pausing.
No.
Don't you dare.
But when we finish, there will be pizza.
Very cool. So we're at the bar.
Yep.
And Zach and Dean have been in my life. I'm pretty positive since middle school.
Okay. They've been in mine for like a few weeks.
Good dudes.
They seem like it.
You can trust the fuck out of them. They're not going to ever do anything weird.
I like their podcast. Shout out to the Relatables.
Yeah, shout out the Relatables. So I was like, I'm going to buy everybody a shot, because I love them and I want them to know that by putting money out there. 'Cause that's the only way to show love, That's just what my dad thinks.
I was going to say, you're like so suburban white kid.
Here's what it is. I did not have money for so long because I spent it on getting myself high as fuck.
Sure.
So, having money now, I do not give a fuck about it. Like, I feel like $100. Like, dude, right now, I feel like a billionaire. Like, I feel so rich right now.
Pocket rich.
But I'm not used to it. So, I'll spend like $50. I was spending $200-$300 a day.
Right.
So I'll go to the bar and buy everyone a shot. It's not that big of a deal.
Sure.
Right? It's
financially irresponsible, but I understand the logic.
It doesn't even matter, dude.
You know what, though? You can't put a price on memories. Do you remember having a good time?
So much fun. I ordered 7 shots. I was only supposed to order 6. So I ended up taking 3 shots instead of 2. Then Sienna, I think, bought 2 more shots for each of us.
It got a little wild.
Nuts. You know that song, Cute Without the E, Cut from the Team by Taking Back Sunday?
Nope.
Don't bother trying. I'm not going to sing it, whatever. It's a great song. Anyone in my age group knows it. The whole place was singing it last night. It was so fun. And then we keep drinking. We're having a great time. It was super fun. And then we left, and now I go back to my girlfriend's house. Fun time. We're hanging out. We're cracking up. And we're like in her living room, and it's really slippery wood floors. I'm wearing socks. She does not allow shoes in the house.
Of course not.
Of course not, dude. So I'm holding her, and I pick her up, and she's like, got her legs wrapped around me, and I'm walking.
Hey, y'all, hold on. Let me
we're not fucking.
my pants.
Yeah, we're not fucking. I'm just picking up my girlfriend, pressed against the wall. Honestly, I'm not bullshitting. I swear to
I
God.
thought the story was going to be a lot more entertaining.
Now, in my head, I'm picking you up and I'm going to walk you to the bedroom. We're going to have sex.
Right.
Because I love you. You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to dick you down.
It's great. It's what we do. So, pick her up. Turn. Start walking. And there's like this other little turn. And my foot, I like went like this to take the turn. If you can't see on camera, so I'll do this. Instead of picking up my foot and turning it, I went like that. And I realized I'm kind of slipping. She was also, for the first time, truly more drunk than me.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, we're like, I tell her, we're going down, I'm pretty sure. Go to take another step, we're going down. We fall so hard. Like, I've not fallen. First of all, I'm an adult. When do I fall? When in life have you fallen last?
I
10 years.
I can tell you last time I fell.
Huh.
It was about 5 years ago.
Exactly.
And things haven't been right since. I'm pretty sure I cracked a rib.
I want to hear your story right after this. Okay, so ribs hurt real bad, but I'm so wasted. And I thought I broke her leg. You know? Like her knee, legs are wrapped around. So there's the knee right here. I fell so hard that I didn't even think about I truly did not think about my ribs at first. I thought I just broke Sienna's leg. Like it's broken and this is going to be really bad. We're way too drunk. We should probably never drink again.
Right.
She's just laughing, loves it. She's perfectly fine. And I go to get up and I realize I've been severely injured. But I'm also really drunk. So I'm like, whatever, you know? Now we go walk into the bedroom and we lay down. And now sex is not even a thing. We're just laughing. It's
Sure.
like so fun. I don't even know if it was to begin with, but it was for me in that moment.
Of course.
So we go to the room. We lay down. We put on the TV, and I think we were going to smoke or something. I have no fucking idea. She's laying next to me, and this is my side. She's on this side. She will not move sides. She does not think I'm actually hurt. We had just fallen. This is at most 4 minutes later. So she's like lay with me, you know? And I'm like, I can't. Like,
right. Like, I'm in pain.
yeah, like, let's switch sides, you know? And she's like, no, fucking with me. We fuck around. She's like kicking me away, like, fine, then you don't get to lay with me at all. Get off my bed. And I'm like, babe, seriously, though. My ribs are like that right there. What I just did hurts so bad, dude. This moment.
That's so great.
Right. So I fucking am like, I can't lay with you. She is mad, joking, pushes me off the bed.
Pushes you off the bed.
Not thinking I'm going to actually fall off the bed. I don't think. I hope not. I hope she didn't mean to.
That's aggressive.
Not justifying it, because it would be really funny to shit on her and be like, yeah, she was being a drunk, aggressive bitch. But it was very playful.
You guys play wrestle a lot?
I would say I definitely will grab her. Just scare her or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe grab. I don't know. I would say we're playful, yeah.
Do you ever sneak up on her with a mask on?
Knife to her throat. Fucking yeah, dude. Duct tape her mouth shut and fucking wearing a mask because she doesn't know what's going on.
Have you ever had a chick with that kind of fantasy, like wants you to sneak up and like get them off
I would
guard?
never have a chick that proposed anything like that.
So I've totally had a chick ask me to do that, but like, nah, like. But here's what's funny,
It's
like,
fucking secret camera setup.
let's say I did agree to it,
Right.
and then never did it, because obviously I can't tell her when,
Whoa.
because then she knows it's coming, right? So I just
Dude,
never do it.
I
And-
never thought about it to that level. That you just do it to the girl.
right.
Well, that's fucking terrifying.
And then like, so I never do it, but somebody does.
The person who does,
And what if
they're
she
gonna do
goes?
it.
What if she goes through her whole life thinking that it was me and she enjoyed it? And what if that guy goes through his whole life thinking like that was the best raping ever? like
Looking for the girl still?
or maybe he was like thinking like that was the worst raping ever because like he wanted her to
Whoa.
fight back and she didn't like fully fight back. You know, like
Imagine
this is so dark.
the
and fucked
darkness
up.
of I'm gonna rape somebody, right? So let's get two things. You blew my mind here. The idea that the girl does not truly know when it's gonna happen. Okay, here's what's weirding me out. The dude is thinking like, what would the best way to rape her be?
Whoa.
So they're thinking weird. If you say yes to that, you're doing it anyways, right? At some point in life, you might rape somebody, or at least you want to. You might not do it, but you do want to.
Not necessarily. I'll tell you what. Like,
I bet you want to, especially after you did it.
A woman fighting back is actually like a really huge turnoff for me. Like,
Huge.
I'm obvious. If you look at everything I do, it is no surprise I'm an attention whore, constantly seeking validation.
So it's
you know
about
what I'm saying? Like,
that's what life's all about, dude.
That's why I'm on a stage like 5 nights a week. You know what I mean? Like,
we are recording a podcast.
yeah, exactly. Like, look at me. You know? But like, because of that, like, I don't know.
All I know is I fell off the bed and knocked all of her jewelry all over the place. And I woke up. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm overreacting. My ribs might not be broken. I'm really drunk right now. I'm probably just talking myself into this. I woke up this morning in the worst pain, dude, I've ever been in.
Really?
I've had a broke house hand. Like, I've broken all these bones at once. Every
Ouch.
single one. And I was fine. This is like
Super painful.
I think what's painful about it is
The residual every time.
the
you
work,
really-
going to work.
Oh yeah.
I worked today and hung was gluing wallpaper all day, bending over. It was big 54-inch wide paper, which is like from here to the fucking computer screen, totally out of frame. This might not even be a 54-inch frame.
No.
And it was just, it's heavy. It was a bitch. And I want to hear your broken rib story.
Oh, it's pretty fucking stupid. I drank a lot, and then I was coming home, and I had a misstep walking up to the front door, and fucking fell down, and my elbow was like right where my ribs are when I fell, and
So, do you think that if you weren't drinking that night, and if I wasn't drinking, and my girlfriend wasn't drinking, we would all be okay? Well, she's fine.
you're 100% accurate.
I don't know, man.
Alcohol, like, it's the oldest saying, but it's very true. It's the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
I think there's better stuff in terms of truly doing that, but alcohol's the legal one, and for whatever reason, it's accepted by people. And people, how do you feel about alcoholics on the totem pole of addictions?
So there's levels to alcoholism, right? There's functioning alcoholic, and then there's like bum in the streets sucking dicks for dollars to get 40s. You know what I mean? Like, what level are we talking about?
I mean, there's people who drink more than that who are just really rich.
Correct. That's what I said. Functioning alcohol.
So,
you know what I mean? Like,
okay, let's subcategorize it by every type of drug functioning user. I functioned as a heroin addict for like fucking 5 years, and
Okay.
then couldn't function correctly anymore.
sure.
Maybe 6 years, but let's rank that. So obviously, when it comes to you're on the streets, you're homeless, that's not gonna. They're all the same. But let's go with functioning.
What's the level of getting wasted as an alcoholic? Are you getting blackout
You're
drunk?
constantly drinking.
Like, how much do you drink daily?
You're functioning, so you're clearly not the type of person that's going to be.
Like, you're not drinking at work.
But no, you're drinking at work.
Oh, you're drinking at work.
Because a heroin addict's doing heroin at work, a coke addict's doing coke at work, and a meth person is doing meth at work. Like, I'm talking true addiction where
Okay.
there is no breaks.
Okay.
Jesus fucking ribs.
You gonna be all right, bud?
I think I'm gonna be great. So first, in terms of my favorite, and someone that I would allow in my life, I'm gonna do alcoholic.
Interesting.
Yeah. Why is that interesting to you?
I think people could be addicted to weed. And
Oh, that's number one then. I'd rather hang out. I didn't even consider that.
yeah, but
And
there
I'm
are
not
definitely people addicted to marijuana.
For sure.
I think that's accurate. You know, they say it's not addictive, and I get that. It's not in itself habit forming. That doesn't mean you can't form a habit of it, though.
Yeah, you can form a habit out of literally anything and everything.
Exactly.
And that's up to you and your biology, dude. I don't know.
Right, exactly.
Is that Zelda turning?
That
in?
is totally
You want me to let her in?
Yeah, let her in. Fuck it.
It's been weird without her.
It has.
Yeah, baby.
Who's a cute little puppy girl? There she is. Hey, puppy.
Hey, Zelda. So happy to see you. Oh, God. So tell me something.
Tell you what,
Are you nervous for tonight?
I'm not nervous.
Do you need me to record your set since Chris ain't gonna be there?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
Does Crystal like being called Chris? I'm gonna start calling her Chris.
I might punch you if you call her Chris. I'm not okay with
Never,
that.
not on this, in this way. I'm talking like, let's say, I'm saying bye to y'all.
Yeah, I might punch you.
Would you really?
Probably not.
I mean, that's extreme. I feel like a punch deserves way more than that.
I mean, maybe.
Depends on who's doing the punching, I guess. It's up to you.
Well, like, here's the thing, right? Like, if I called Sienna, like, Sia,
You know me, dude.
you wouldn't do a damn thing, but she might punch me.
For sure.
And I feel like if you call Crystal Chris, she would want me to punch you.
Okay. I think it's, and I'm not saying that I'm right. I don't mean it in any way as Chris. I mean it like short for Crystal. Like if your name's,
But it's still Chris.
if your name's Kelly, I'm gonna probably call you Kel.
Kel.
Hey Kel. I don't want to say your whole name.
Well,
If you were Joshua, you're Josh to me. If you're Kenny, what's up, Ken?
interesting.
If you're Taylor, hey Tay. Until we get into high school, and then Taylors cannot be called Tay anymore. It's a little crazy, right?
Are you C? Can I call you C?
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you can call me. You could literally call me whatever you want, because if you called me something shitty, I would be like, "That's so funny that he sat and like thought about."
I'm not gonna think about it. But I'm just gonna call you douche from now on. How about that?
I mean, there's zero chance that it bothers me at all.
I love it.
You can do that, honestly.
That's how we're gonna intro every
Do that.
podcast.
Not even do that in real life. I want people to see you calling me douche and me just like they're not gonna get it. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, "What is happening?"
Everybody's gonna think I'm such an asshole, though.
Welcome to my world, dude.
Everybody already
mean.
does think I'm an asshole.
That's the
Because
thing.
I'm kind of an asshole.
Well, we're your favorite assholes and we're your worst friends.
And on that note, we're out. Fuck you.
Bye. That was good. We'll listen to that one back and make a decision.